This ceremony is a very special occasion today. We celebrate not only the incredible inductees for today, but it's a good chance to remember the ones that have gone. And a big shout out goes to Kel Davies. I know his daughter's here today. He passed this year, and Kel was a tireless. What he did for this place over the years, it was incredible. You know. And that's right, because we're actually just the custodians now of the place, but there's been people who started the place and have continued along. They all have to be remembered and thanked for it. So, it's a big thanks to all you people for taking the effort and coming here today. It's really heartfelt. Thank you very much. And now I'll call Josh Burgoyne to the stage. He can have a couple of words. Our anti-government minister representative.
Thank you very much, Frank. It is wonderful to see you all in Alice Springs. And I would like to welcome you all here. My name is Joshua Burgoyne. I'm the Minister for Lands, Planning and Environment, but more importantly, I'm a born and bred local. Probably a year ago, the Road Transport Hall of Fame has definitely been through its ups and downs. And I was literally in a room with a whole heap of people up in Darwin arguing the point about whether this place was worth saving. And I think standing here today and looking out at how many people have made the effort to be here, how many people have driven long distances, when I head back up to Darwin on Sunday night, I'll be telling them loudly and clearly that this place is definitely worth saving and it's worth investing in into the future. There are some people that I would like to thank today, and one of them is standing right beside me, but the other person is standing right beside him. For those that don't know, obviously Nick Bruce has also been the manager here for some time, and I would like to thank Nick for his efforts. He has worked through a very trying time to ensure that Road Transport Hall of Fame could stay open. I don't know whether he's here today, but I would like to thank Nick on behalf of the government for his stewardship through some extraordinarily trying times that the Hall of Fame has been through. But without a doubt, Frank Bilardo and more recently Bill Sankey have been the people that have ensured that this gathering, that this celebration over this weekend has been able to go ahead. And it's no small job to bring this sort of thing together. I think it'll be spoken about a lot over the next weekend, about how many years it's been since we've had a proper truckies reunion. I remember growing up here in Alice Springs, and literally as the trucks would leave this place, they were just coming back around through town. We used to have hundreds and hundreds of trucks come here, and to see, I think it's almost 140 trucks back here for this weekend fills my heart with joy. I tell you that, because it's not just about coming here and celebrating the absolute legends of your industry. It's about what this event means for a town like Alice Springs. It brings so many people here from right across Australia, and as someone that has grown up here, that has seen this event through its ups and downs over the years, I cannot thank you all enough. So thank you so much for being here. Before I do finish, I hope, is there anyone here from Kenworth? Stick your hand up if you are. Yes, there's a few Kenworth representatives here. I do really want to implore you. There has been so much conversation over the distance about the value of that huge trucking shed out there. I'm here today to tell you loudly and clearly that please, Alice Springs is not dead. The Hall of Fame is not dead, and if you continue to believe and invest in this town, our government will be right there behind you, making sure that we keep this place open from now into the future. So thank you so much for being here, and have a great weekend.
Thanks very much for those kind words, Josh, and we really do welcome your support and the support of the government. Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Bill Sankey. As an economist, a bloke who's been in economic development for most of my working life, I have to confess that I don't know the first thing about hauling a triple road train across to Barclay or changing a truck tyre on the Stewart Highway in 45-degree heat. my transport experience is usually limited to wondering why my flight has been delayed. But what I do know is that Australia's economy would grind to a halt without the road transport industry. And something I've definitely learned since becoming involved with Frank and the Advisory Committee and the Road Transport Historical Society in March this year is that road transport heritage is far too important to be left to chance. For years, it faced the silent threat of fading memories and forgotten machinery. Thankfully, a small group of enthusiasts here in Alice Springs, led by historian Judy Robinson, saw the urgency of preserving both the stories and the relics of the road. Earlier efforts to build such a museum had stumbled for lack of funding and coordination. But this time things were different. The stars aligned, and with industry giants like Kurt Johansson, Noel Buntine and Dave Baldock lending their names and their energy, the vision began to take shape. It was in August 1992 that the Road Transport Historical Society was incorporated, and very quickly outgrew its humble beginnings. By 1995, thanks to extraordinary volunteer contributions and the growing industry support, the Road Transport Hall of Fame opened its doors. Over the last 3 decades, the Hall has weathered its share of triumphs and trials. Leadership passed from founding CEO Liz Martin to others who carried the torch, each with their own style and vision, but always with respect for the pioneering spirit on which this institution was built. Today, the Hall of Fame stands as a lasting testament to resilience, ingenuity and passion, the same qualities that first drove a determined group of Territorians to make it a reality, and will continue to drive us as we take this very special place forward into an even brighter future. And of course, the camaraderie in this industry has never been stronger than at these annual reunions, something that's been clearly palpable to me as I've walked around events in the last couple of days, seeing people exchange, acquaintances and tell a few tall stories probably as well, but the joy on people's faces has just been really apparent, as I say, palpable. Each Shell Rimula Wall of Fame inductee adds new voice to the museum's living story. This year is particularly special as we mark the 25th year of the Wall of Fame. I want to acknowledge and thank Shell Rimula for their generous and ongoing support of the Hall of Fame. Their commitment has been vital in keeping these reunions and inductions alive and in helping preserve the history that brings us all together. So with gratitude for that support, it's my very great pleasure to introduce someone who has been integral in keeping that tradition alive. Would you please join me in welcoming Nick Lebransky from Shell Rimula.
Thanks, Bill. Just want to start off by saying, what an honour it is to be here. Huge turnout this year, being a special 5-year reunion. This is about my, I think, 6th year of coming up here. And it's just great to be able to see so many familiar faces and also meet new people over the course of the weekend. It's just a real, I love coming up here. Just wanted to start off with a few thank yous to Josh. Thanks for your really exciting words. Feels like there's been passion there, which is great. I'm all about that. And it feels like, we've got a real champion in terms of, maintaining the legacy that the National Road Transport, brings. To Bill, welcome. We only met very briefly yesterday, but I'm looking forward to working with you over the coming months and years. Seeing where we can take this place. It's it sounds really exciting. I think together we can do some great things. I also just want to acknowledge Frank for his hard work and commitment over a number of years that I've been coming here. He really puts a lot of time and energy into this, and it's people like Frank that make this the event that it is. I also want to thank Jackie. I'm not sure where Jackie is. He's hiding behind the wall over there. Jackie's an integral part of the behind-the-scenes activity that puts this event on. It doesn't just happen. So thank you so much for your tireless energy there. And just to echo Frank's words, also I'd love a round of applause for the volunteers who make this happen as well. I I would like to acknowledge a couple of other sponsors who are also integral. Kenworth and Cummins both have been long-term partners of the Hall of Fame, along with ourselves and the museum. I'm really proud of our involvement over a long time, and I'm sure you guys feel the same with the time, the energy and people investment that you've made over a long time. So thank you for your support as well. I guess I'd also like to just congratulate all the inductees into the Shell Renewal Wall of Fame today. It does mean a lot to you guys because it represents, your, in a lot of ways, a life commitment to the transport industry. Most of you in here will have put your heart and soul into your businesses or working for someone else, and this is just a great way to be recognised, for your contribution to the industry. So, congratulations. Lastly, I'd just like to say I'm really proud to be up here. As I said, it's about my 6th year to come up here. I love it. It means a lot to me personally, but also our business and our brand. Shell's had about 124 years of operation in Australia. I think this would be one of the longest sponsorships that I'm sort of aware of. This is our 25th year of being involved, which is a significant amount of time. Yes, what we love about it is it's a bit of a chance for us to give back to the industry that supported our business for so many years. So on that note, thank you all, and I hope you have a great weekend.
I'll get her, sooner or later.
Well, the night is still young.